welcome. Today is day 2 of 3 myths about creating freedom busted. Let's get those myths out of here and get with the facts. So, if you didn't get a chance to watch yesterday's video, I want you to pause right now and go back and watch that. It's going to be great. And then when you come back, we're going to jump into day 2. So, today we're talking about myth number 2. More money equals more freedom. While having financial stability is important, the idea that more money automatically leads to more freedom is false. I mean, if you listen to a little Biggie, he's telling you the truth already. More money equals more problem. But actually, we can find a balance between the two because we can create freedom when we think about money as a tool rather than the goal. That is what usually gets us distracted. Yes, you will still need money to pay your bills as a tool, but with a plan, some resourcefulness, and a willingness to try new things, you can create freedom even while having debt. The biggest responsibility that tends to bring us down is our financial baggage. Somehow we've culturally got it mixed up that buying more upgrades our life. So we buy more, we spend more money, and it's usually with credit and or decisions that really incarcerate our lives, things that really tie us down. So we need to change the way we think about those things. Instead of buying more, instead of spending more, let's actually live more and stop buying more. The myth that more money equals more freedom overlooks the fact that personal freedom is a multidimensional thing. While money is a tool that can certainly offer a degree of freedom by providing access to opportunities and reducing financial stress, it doesn't guarantee a holistic sense of freedom. People with substantial wealth can still find themselves constrained by other factors, such as time and commitments and personal responsibilities and societal expectations. It's a concept that extends far beyond our financial resources. So just having money doesn't mean that you automatically get rid of those things. It's still things that we have to balance. Now, if you're hearing this and you're saying, she thinks that money doesn't solve problems. I'm not saying that money doesn't solve problems. I'm saying that money should be your tool to solve the problem rather than the goal of your life. Your life is so much more than a couple dollars. Because if you figure out how to live your life in the midst of those circumstances and use that money as a tool, you get to live way more days of joy rather than way more days of going after money. Real life example, I had a great career. I was a tech designer and I had all the stuff. Technically, there should have been nothing that I should have wanted for, but at that point in my life, money was the goal. Moving up the corporate ladder was the goal. And it also did not create freedom. I went to work, I came home, I had a time span where I was house poor because I had overspent on my house. There were so many decisions, choices that when I look back now, I was in this mindset that more stuff was going to upgrade my life. And when I let that go and I realized that money was just a tool to empower me to do my traveling, to try different foods and try different restaurants and go to different places and take my family to do different experiences and all of these other things that I wanted to do. It was the mindset shift that really helped me move into this more minimalistic life and more about living a life that I love. Now, you don't have to go so far as to live in a tiny house. That's my dream. It doesn't have to be yours. But when you switch your mindset, you realize that some of the things that you thought were upgrading your life are actually bringing your life down. And then you stop going after those things and you make the change to go after the things that actually are going to upgrade your life, which are things that you are passionate about prioritizing your values that you get to live the things that are important to you. So I want to tell you, this is probably not for everybody. There are some people who are still going to choose more stuff. And you know what? That's okay. If that's what you really want, then for sure, keep doing that. But if you're the person who would rather be traveling, who would rather be in Fiji, who would rather be trying to see whales, who would rather be taking a hike through the Amazon, who would rather be eating street meat in Thailand, if you're the person who would rather be exploring the world rather than being tied down by the stuff, then this is the way out of it. But this is not for you if you're more confident about buying a luxury handbag over staying out of debt. If that's you, this is not going to work for you. If you're not more passionate about having boundaries and making choices that empower work-life balance, and you would rather keep justifying why working more and more and more is going to get you the upgraded life that you think you want, then this is not going to work for you. If you value having a huge house, an expensive car, and tons of jewelry over being able to travel more, over being able to spend more time with your family, over having a smaller, more cost-efficient accommodation so that you can actually go do the things that you want, this is not going to work for you. This is not about rejecting financial stability. It's rather about recognizing that it's just one piece of the puzzle in achieving this well-rounded sense of freedom. You're giving up this more in stuff so that you're getting a chance to take hold of more in life, more in living, more in doing all the things that you've always wanted to do and haven't had the opportunity to do. It's about giving up the look of living a luxurious life and actually living it, actually going to do the things that make you feel like, wow, I can't imagine I ever would have had the opportunity to do this. This can be your path to less stress and more energy, to have more money in your pocket and less stuff to worry about, to have more time for the precious moment and less time for working. This is your pathway to make do with less in order to afford and experience more of what the world has to offer. It is a trade-off. And if you're not willing to do this trade-off, this might not be for you. But here's the thing. If you're here, more than likely, you're willing to make those trade-offs. So I'm excited to get you set up to do that. Financial freedom can provide options, but it's not the sole determinant of personal freedom. It's a multidimensional choice in order to actually create this freedom lifestyle that you truly want to live. Someone who has freedom realizes that true freedom involves managing your time, making meaningful choices, and pursuing passions that might not always be tied to monetary gain because it allows you to live. And I think that's you. So I'm excited for you to be able to take this and run with it. So let's do a short recap. Okay. So day one was about who can create freedom. And then day two, today, has been about who maybe this is not for, but it's also about how you don't have to wait for an exorbitant amount of money for you to finally actually take hold of freedom. Money doesn't automatically mean that you'll have more freedom. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about getting over the unrealistic expectation that there is a perfect time to get started. If you have any questions, I'd love to talk to you. So you can either just hit reply to this email or post in the comment section below. Either way, I'll respond. Thanks so much for watching.